Pro Show. We have wrapped up all of the women's finals, and we're here to talk with Tad, the diet guru, Tad, the diet coach.
Well, I always enjoy my trips out here. This is the second year I've been out here at the Toronto show. I was here last year on the debut of the Toronto Pro, and it was a great event. I had several competitors in it this year, more, and it was a wonder. I mean, I always have great experiences here in Canada. I mean, I have actually a high contingency of Canadian people that I work with, and I love coming out.
Well, that's a good thing, and you better be here next year. Let's kind of just wrap up, the bikini and figure, the top three. There were some surprises in the lineups, and we just kind of wanted to get your opinion. With figure, of course, we had Alicia Hart placing third. Personal best, of course.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little personally biased because I coach her and I work with her, and we've really honed down her look, and she has such a really pretty look. I probably still need to put some finishing touches on there to bring her placing up just a little bit more, but the judges seem to be responding well to what we're doing.
To the look that she's presenting. Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts with the fact that we had Jennifer Strobo, who was our winner last year? She took second to Rosalind Vanderpool, who basically came out of nowhere, and she was able to edge out Jennifer Strobo. What do you think was the it factor that won over the judges?
I'm not really sure. I think I think Jen was a little hard. Like when I saw her in the prejudging, she was a little hard in the shoulders. She was a little striated, and I don't think that's really quite. I mean, in the past, it's kind of worked for her, but she might have been a little bit on the muscular side. They may have penalized her for that. I still think that the judges probably made a pretty good decision.
And I would have to agree with you on that as well. Flipping over to bikini, we had Jennifer Chapman, who, she's just coming off a second place win at the St. Louis just 2 weeks or 3 weeks back. And then we have Yashira Robles, who came second. And newcomer again, another shocker, jaw dropper. We have Pollyanna Moss, who basically just got a pro card a few weeks back, and she took the win past three previous Olympians that have graced the stage.
Yeah, she I noticed her right away. I didn't know where she came from, when I first saw her, but I noticed her right away because she has a really nice compact look, and she's a pretty girl, and she fits really nicely into the bikini in the bikini model they have. So it was a surprise to see her sort of move past some other ones, because I really thought that they'd have Diana Dahlgren move up, but they didn't. So they had her in the first call out, but they quickly moved her down the line. She might have been a little big. She may have needed to come down.
Right,
but I still like her look.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of great girls out there. We had Diana out there. We also had Jessica Paxton.
She looks wonderful.
Well.
Yeah, she did.
And Justine Monroe, our Canadian cutie, brought the best physique to date. So it was interesting to see that they weren't in the top three.
Yeah, so you never know what goes on in the minds of the judges sometimes.
That's right.
Have their own
Coach, and he's ready to talk to us about the men's finals and the 212. And what were your thoughts of the top three there?
Well, going into the prejudging, I had my own sort of my own opinions about who should sort of fare it out in the top three, and at the end of the day, I think the judges had placed Masoom, sort of a fairly newcomer. He's been in the bodywork for a while, but I think he comes out of I think he lives in Dublin, but he's from Pakistan. But wonderful physique. I really, as soon as he walked out, I was like, wow, okay, here's the winner of the show. Judges had something different in mind. At the end of the day, I think that sometimes you can never really understand all the decisions the judges make, because they, from their perspective, it's sometimes a little bit, I have my own personal preferences. I'm a conditioning guy, so Masoom, in my opinion, had the best conditioning in the house.
So what did you think? I mean, a lot of people were really edging out for Mboya to come in for second.
Well, I really thought that Mboya was going to come in second, and Masoom was going to come in first. And then of course Lucas was going to come in third. The judges saw it. They were really impressed, I guess, with the new face. He had this crazy, I call him glute man. He has this crazy glute.
The glute wave.
Yeah, he was doing these nice, which was very, very impressive. And he's got a nice clean look. And he was in good condition. I don't think he was as sharp as Masoom, but and Masoom definitely had I think he had the sharpest package. And like I said, I'm a conditioning guy.
And like you said, sometimes the judges, they're looking at a total package, so they might not be looking from a trainer's perspective. They're looking at the conditioning, but then they're looking at the shape, and the overall package.
And I just appreciate certain, because I know how hard these guys have to work. And I work with them. I know how hard they have to work to get this thing. So I'm always, and Masoom had a really, really nice, crisp look to him, and so I really, really appreciate that. But judges saw fit to give a newcomer, sort of a new face, the title, which rightfully so, deserved it. Any three of those, you could switch any three of those places, and it would have been.
And speaking of which, moving on to the winner of the men's
Yeah,
bodybuilding, Billy Wilmore has long overdue.
Long overdue.
You know, made his pro debut a few years back, and he's finally got his title. And he was everything from big to grainy. He was nice and tight.
In the prejudging, definitely a standout in terms of conditioning. The judges responded to that, and he looked great. He gives guys like me, you know, over 40 guys, the hope that you can still get better and better and better as you go, you know, as you get older. So, and he's a great example as a pro that does this.
Definitely. And what did you think about second place?
John De La Rosa.
Yes.
John De La Rosa, you know, I like John De La Rosa, and I think he's probably got one of the best front double biceps in the business right now. He just needed to be tighter. I think he's about 5 pounds over where he should have been. And had he done that, he probably would have been a little closer.
It would have been closer.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. And so it was great to have Billy win this year.
Yeah.
Well overdue, and we hope that he returns next year as well as yourself. Thank you for
welcome.
speaking to us with regards to the men's finals. And this is Nancy DiNino here at the Toronto Pro Show, signing out.